体に思いを刻んで。ごめん、少しは懲りたらどうかしら。ボディがお留守なのだわ。いってよっ、波のリズムを感じて。今のボワン。完璧なシンメトリー。よっ、いってよっと。
Oh, that's weird. So we have to talk to the random NPC, and then we have to talk to Lucia before going in. I thought we would just talk to them going in. Oh, actually, no, because it's a different section. Maybe that's it. Although you'd assume that the reason why you had to talk to the random NPC outside was because we were starting a new section. So it's weird that we have to talk to Lucia also outside instead of just talking to her inside.
.そろそろ陣形を整えよっか。大丈夫？エーテリアスを制す すものはタイミングも制す。余裕余裕。
God damn, that's so fucking. I fucking hate this so much. I hate this. It's just like, oh yeah. By the way, you have to do really well on your quick time event. Oh, and we're not gonna tell you what it is, and it's gonna be different every fucking time. Oh, this is the one where you have to button that, whereas every other one was just hit it. And it's like, come on, man. Dude, stop maybe fucking me over.
いって全部やっつけちゃえ。とどめの一発。エーテリアスを制すものはタイミングも制す。完璧なタイミング。大丈夫？もう一回やってみよ
う。ナイスタイミングだ。
ちょっとは楽になった？その調子。力が湧いてきた。完璧なタイミング。
Yeah, the other ones. So seemingly ethereal enemies allow you to counterattack. These guys just dodge. I like the counter. I thought I already had this plugin.
だから
イドリーさん。
紹介するわね。みんなこちらは。
おい、逃がさねえぞ小ヤギ。犬から
なんじゃ
谷さん、こいつら不当に無理やり。
ああ、そうか。
やり返せですよね。
違うわ、バカモン。さっさと客人に謝れ。ドリーの友達がわざわざ来てくれたという。
ドリーって。
エリートの海運王に俺はなるんだろ。
今エリート。ええ、ここは私がまだ。
おお、なんか違和感あんなって思ってたけど。
そういえばドリー、お前さんが欲しがってたビデオを見つけたぞ。
待って。
リン、イドリーが何か思い出したのかい？
うん、昔のイドリーも谷 G からビデオ
のことは一旦置いとこう。
ドリーにはさっきも言ったが、ヘンゼルさんを探し、それに重要なことはほとんど船長のもうわしにできるのは貨物に関わる。
そう、分かったわ谷 G。迷惑をかけてしまってごめんなさい。別の方法を考えてみるわね。
いってー、全部やっつけちゃえ。ちょっとは楽になった？
Oh, god damn it. It's so fucking annoying. I hate.
をやるのに1秒もいらん。
完璧なタイミング。
その調子。大丈夫？
ナイスタイミングだ。勝負しようぜ。
これでどう？ちょっとは楽になった？
ナイスタイミングだ。
エーテリアスを制すものはタイミングも制す。
大物登場か。上等だぜ。ナイスタイミングだ。
大丈夫？完璧なタイミング。
やてやはいってこい。
こっちが攻める番だね。
Oh, I thought this would be.
これでどう？
I thought this would be.
一発でやっちゃうよ。
ナイスタイミングだ。
I thought that would be a. I just don't.
余裕余裕。
Yeah, they were all buffing him. Uh,
余裕余裕。
oh, it's not dead. Why didn't I what? How did I didn't dodge that? You know, like I didn't get dodge bombs for any of this shit. It's just kind of confusing because like before I got dodge bombs for anything, sometimes you can't like sometimes you can't do anything about it, right? Like sometimes it's like a multi-hit attack and you can only dodge the first hit, perhaps. But none of their attacks were dodgeable. So maybe basic attacks are undodgeable and you can only dodge skills. Oh, that's weird. Why did it not just lead right into the other? Okay, so what is this one again? Okay, so swords, blah, blah, blah. Stat buffs. Okay, that's interesting. This spell is very useful. Oh, wow, so this is like unlimited then, unlimited energy costs. Minimum 8, so you need at least, oh yeah, energy cost 80, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So this gets an additional 20 each use, which is pretty good. I do wish it would tell me what kind of quick time event this was, though. You know? Because like, I would miss my is that a button mashing one? Is that a... Oh, interesting, they didn't give me the energy, they didn't recommend the energy one.
Oh, 大物登場か。上等だぜ。
完璧なタイミング。その調子。大丈夫？
Oh, I see. It only pierces if I... I kill... Oh, no, then. So fucking close. Yeah, like, no dodging. What the fuck?
Power が湧いてきたよ。突撃。
Oh, damn, I needed to... I thought I would kill him.
敵が弱ってる。チャンスだよ。
Oh no, he did missiles. Yeah. I was gonna say that's the only action he did. But yeah, that spell is definitely useful because I'm pretty sure the Miasma Priest does a buff on himself. Like the last time I fought him, and he actually got to do his attacks, he did he buffed himself twice, and he did some pretty decent damage. So I guess if I didn't kill him quickly enough, I could have maybe seen the spell. And then, like in the previous fight, we saw that there were like 3 little buddies that all buffed the big gun. Yeah, the fact that one, the fact that he gets to go first is a little bullshit. 2, the fact that he gets to go actually wait, let's do that guy.
Nice timing だ.
Yeah,
I mean, I missed out on some AoE goodness, but
ちょっとは楽になった？大丈夫？
honestly, we should probably
勝負し
do
よう
this
ぜ.
again.
大したことない敵だったね。
Just get rid of those guys. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that.
完
Oh
璧
hey, I
なタイ
finally
ミング
actually got a dodge. Let's see. I'm shocked, so let's just do energy transfer.
調子が良くなったぜ.
And let's do another energy transfer to him. Dude, what the fuck? Why do you keep moving? Oh, I see.
Nice timing
He's moving in
there.
advantage position. In an advantageous position. Fuck it. Let's
てめ
just
えをやるのに
Just
一
a
秒も
barrage.
いら
Fuck
ね
it.
え.
Oh wow, that was a good fucking hit. But yeah, I was gonna do missile. I was like, oh, I could do the jump and dispel. But I'm like, actually, no, let's just fucking kill him because he's the main dude you have to kill. Like he's the one doing all the damage. Oh wow, that's actually really useful. The problem, of course, is that as we've seen, enemies don't do. Well, I guess presumably this means even for attacks, right? So even if I attack, if I succeed the first time event, I get bonus energy, and it would be really helpful if I mean that's kind of that's useful, but as long as you keep a person who can dispel on your team, it's unlikely you need to be able to dispel that frequently, right? I think once per round is pretty much all you would need to dispel. The only reason you need like multiple is if like is if there were multiple buffers, and each round they're putting, like, layering on shitloads of buffs. Then sure, yeah, like being able to dispel with every hit would be kind of needed.
おい、やめろお前船長。この子はイドリー。
マーフィーの娘。なんだよ、身内じゃねえか。
基地に行きたがってる。
ああ、それは早く言ったんだ。
え、正直に言ってたら教え。
もちろん教えるわけねえ。いいかわけの。この仕事にはな。
何を言うかモーガン。マーフィーの家に。
たっか、それを言われた。なんせチケットのねえやつは乗せられない。
Oh, I know what happened. So this is before the catastrophe, right? So in the first memory, we had her mother desperately trying to cure Yidhari's ether corruption. And in this one, it's before... So last time it was after the catastrophe, I'm pretty sure. And it was her mother trying to fix the ether corruption of her daughter, who should have died, right? Like she said, oh no, our experiment failed. She's going to turn into ethereal within 18 hours. So the fact that she's alive now kind of indicates that eventually she succeeded, although she didn't initially have that success. Anyway. But I'm pretty sure that was after the catastrophe. So here we are, before the catastrophe. Yidhari seems totally fine, so she's probably not corrupted. So it's very likely that this trip to her mother to give her her birthday gift is what gets her corrupted. So maybe the timing is just absolutely shit, and when she arrives, that's when Hollow Zero freaks the fuck out, and Eridu collapses. So it could be just the timing's horrible. She shows up just as the catastrophe starts, and yeah, gets screwed. So this is probably it. She probably heads off, gets corrupted, and I think probably why she's so distraught is because she probably blames herself. Is that if she didn't go, right? If she didn't go to Darkwater Research Facility at this time, her parents might be alive, right? Like they wouldn't have had to sacrifice themselves to try to cure her, because she wouldn't have had the disease. She wouldn't have gotten corrupted if she didn't go at this time. Now, obviously, it's hard to actually prove shit, right? I mean, Grandpa Goo is still alive in the present, so maybe if she stayed away, he would have been able to protect her during the catastrophe. But like, this is the catastrophe, right? This is the fall of Eridu. It wouldn't be completely crazy for her to, for something to have happened to her during that event, right? Or the events that happened afterwards. Everyone trying to recover. It could be that because of her being here, like maybe Grandpa Goo was able to survive because he was only by himself, or he only had so many children that he had to take care of. So he was able to manage them and hide them and keep them protected and fed. But if she was there, maybe they wouldn't have had enough food. Maybe they wouldn't have been able to pay attention to all of them. So one of them would have fallen behind. Maybe it would have been her. It's hard to. I'm not saying it would have happened. I'm just saying it's hard to predict what would have happened. This is basically her imagining here is a logical fallacy, right? The idea if this didn't happen, then this is the result that would have occurred, right? That's a logical fallacy. We don't know what would have happened. Like saying, if something didn't happen in the past, we have no clue what could have happened, right? Sure, we could omit some things from happening, sure, but she could have gotten corrupted in another way too, right? It's hard to say. But yeah, chances are she probably wouldn't have been corrupted if she wasn't in the hollow during the catastrophe. So she might she at the very least would be corrupted. But like, what would that mean? What would that mean to all the people around her? Maybe, maybe the kids under Grandpa Goo's command would have acted up. Like maybe if there were enough children, like if Yidhari was there, they would have gotten emboldened and like, hey, let's go do this and that. Let's try to help Grandpa Goo by going out and like stealing supplies. And maybe if Yidhari wasn't there, they wouldn't have even suggested that because there were just not enough of them to. Maybe the person who would have suggested it wouldn't without Yidhari because there just weren't enough children. So he's like, oh, there's only 2 of us, so there's no way we could steal successfully from adults. But with Yidhari there, it's like, oh my god, there's 3 of us now. Maybe we could. So it's just one of these things where you can't ever to say, oh, well, if this didn't happen. It's like, dude, if that didn't happen, who the fuck knows what could have happened, right? Because like there's so many branching possibilities, especially something like so long ago, right? 11 years ago, like. But yeah, so chances are she blames herself. She blames herself, saying, "Man, if I didn't go, because that's why like they were That's why there was that fighting, right? That fighting could have been Yidhari's subconscious trying to resist her going to the facility because she knows that that's the facility where she got corrupted, which is what led her parents to do the things they did to try to save her, and ultimately lost their lives." So I guess her father's a human then. Because her mother, I think she has like a little head thing that looks like a squid. Or it's weird that she has no tails though. So I don't know why. Maybe she amputated them, I guess, to make it easier to do science and shit. But the father looks human. It seems matters about giving up. Interesting.
見てみ。これが正しいのか。
Yeah, she's a head thing. I guess maybe the tentacles are her hair. So maybe Octopus Thyron can maybe they can either sprout tentacles as tails or their hair. Or maybe some of them even have their arms, too. I guess it could vary. It could just be like whatever strand-like appendages.
私たち諦めるべきなの。
諦めるのも一つの道だよ。
おいおい、なんだ今の。
なんとなく分かっちゃった。
じゃあイドリーさん。
Yeah, I mean, like, is it to give up their research, maybe? Maybe they think their research isn't going anywhere, so they're thinking about giving up so they can just focus on raising their daughter instead of trying to... Or maybe she was even corrupt. Maybe she was corrupted even then, I guess. It could be that she should... I don't know, yeah, like, because they'd be... It didn't seem like it was... It didn't seem like she had a... See, I don't like this. Yeah, because like presumably lonely, right? We deserve a better life. So it seems, I mean, it doesn't seem like she's corrupted at this point. It seems like they're just sad that their child is lonely because they keep leaving her. I don't know what her intelligence has anything to do with it, though. Or maybe they think, oh, well, she's so young, she won't mind. She won't even remember this, but maybe she's trying to say because she's intelligent. She will remember it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, I mean, Lucia says she knows something, so maybe.
時系列をちゃんとする。イドリーのお父さんとお母さん。 何かを諦めそれだと何を諦めるのって
Oh, really?
イドリーのお父さんと
They're gonna give up on treating her?
あの子のエーテル
また侵食症状の治療をしてるんならまずは
サー 初はちっちゃいイドリーが間違えてフォローに入った。
多分それが発端だね。イドちゃんは郊外のフォローに入ったのが原因で。
Okay, so yeah, I got the timing wrong then. This was the first one we did, but I assumed that when she was saved from the Hollow, I thought she was with her parents in the Hollow. So I thought her parents were researching ether corruption on her in the Hollow, because that's where the materials are. So I thought her parents were trying to treat her within the Hollow, which I thought was stupid too, because like that's where the ether is. So treating her within the... I see. So she just happened to wander around in there, and I don't see what. Like, that doesn't really make sense though, because like her words were, "Oh, we should just give up. We could live a good life." It's like, what do you mean? Oh, actually, unless they meant we, as in just the two of them, because isn't the whole point that Yidhari's going to die? So they just they made it seem that giving up meant they would stop what they're doing and then live a... I mean, it could be like, yes, you're going to die, but we'll live the remaining years of your life, or the remaining days, or however long it's going to be. We'll live that to the fullest. Maybe that's what they meant? I don't know. So yeah, I assumed that it was her going into the Hollow to look for her parents is what got her corrupted. And that's why she blames herself, because she's like, oh man, if I didn't go in when the catastrophe hit, I wouldn't have gotten corrupted, and my parents... wouldn't have had to deal with that shit. But then it does beg the question of, like, why the fuck did she go into the Hollow by herself in the Outer Ring as a child?
その後イドリーのお父さんとお母さんは
エーテルの侵食症状ってのはやっぱ難病の。
最後の記憶がさっき見たやつだね。手を尽くしても治療は。
また抽出できた記憶はまだ。
多分だけど、イドちゃんはお母さんに誕生日プレゼントを
改めて振り返ってみようか。まずちっちゃい頃のイドリーがイドリーのお母さんの誕生日。
No, because like that doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, if they wanted to treat her, like, why would they give up, right? I mean, and like give her up, right? To like abandon her. Like, this seems like you wouldn't have tried that hard to save her if you were just going to sail away and abandon your child, right? Like, at the very least, even if she was going to get corrupted, you would have stayed with her until the very end, So maybe this is the events, right? Maybe she heard this and they went into the Hollow and then died there. So maybe they were going to do one final like test or something, and unfortunately died. And so now Yidhari is thinking, oh, what they meant was they are going to abandon me, and that's what she thinks. Maybe.
イドちゃんが受け止めきれないかもって。
いくら表侵食症状だからっててめえの子供だぜ。
I mean, I find this a little weird that no one's even talking about this at all, right? Yes, severe, no matter how severe her ether corruption, yes, her severe ether corruption, which she doesn't have anymore. Why is no one bringing that up, right? Like, even in the previous memory, they were talking about it, and it was the one where it was the memory where her mother was like, God, like nothing we're doing is gonna help. She's gonna form her core in 12 hours and then be a full ethereal in 18. And then Yidhari's like, yeah, it looks like they were trying to treat my ether corruption, but they weren't successful. It's like, dude, you live. You're alive right now. Obviously they were successful. They had to have been successful. Otherwise, you'd be dead. You just heard the timeline there. This was 11 years ago. They said, yes, she's going to live for 18 more hours, and then she'll be an ethereal, right? And yet here you are, 11 years later, and you don't find it weird that you're alive? Like, you're just like, yep, they were unsuccessful, right? And these guys are like, man, they were trying to treat her ether corruption. It's like, well, then someone must have treated her ether corruption. She's not ether corrupted at the moment. She didn't die. Someone must have done something. Why is no one even questioning that? Yeah, and it was like, obviously something was going on. She's not dead. If her parents did just abandon her, then you're thinking, Then someone else must have just randomly showed up afterwards. Oh yes, my parents abandoned me. Oh well, luckily I just happen to have the cure for ether corruption right here. Here you go. Problem solved. Also, this is 11 years ago. Before. That's why I find it a little weird. I think the timing is wrong. I think the timing is wrong. I don't know. Maybe the Pompeii thing happened at the very end. Maybe they took her to the outer ring. Like, maybe she was on the boat, too. And they were taking her to the outer ring to live out the rest of her days. And then all of them got sucked into a hollow. And somehow Yidhari got fixed. Or they found something that was able to cure her at the last minute. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It was like, everyone keeps ignoring the huge elephant in the room that, yes, everything you've learned is that, yes, Yidhari died 11 years ago because of ether corruption. And no one ever thinks, wait a minute, she's alive. So they had to have been successful, or she had to have been treated by someone, right? Now, what's more likely? She was cured, or at the very least treated, to the point that she could live, by her parents who are consistently researching the disease, or unbeknownst to any of us, some random person who we have not seen yet at all just showed up and cured her? Like, I think the former is far more likely. So if that's the case, then it would seem to be that they were successful. Also, we don't really know the timing of all this shit, too, right? Because, like, this was before Eridu fell. So it makes it seem unlikely that, it makes it seem unlikely. Especially because she was trying to give her mother a birthday present, right? Like, so it seems like everything was fine at that point. So I feel like they were just giving up on their research, whatever their research was, and not her. And they just wanted to live they realized they were just burning themselves out, trying to, I don't know. Either way, we're definitely going to learn the answer in the third part.
すまんが用意できた。
船の
ただいま。ごめんね、谷地。
構わん。若いもに。
あのね、井戸ちゃん。
I found this a little weird too. I was only able to get you one ticket. Like, this isn't a commercial cruise, right? Like, this is a ship going to a research facility, maybe in a hollow. Like, there aren't tickets for this shit. Unless they're trying to say that, unless he's trying to say that he chartered another boat. I don't know, because, like, we're trying to go to, presumably, a restricted place, like, that no one goes to. It should only be, the only ships going there should be official ones. Maybe try to just charter a random boat, or at least shot down, or whatever.
やっぱり気づいてたんだね。
でも
がっかりしないで。そうだよ。今もどこかで
なあ、イドリーさん。きっと両親との間。
イドリーのせいなんかじゃないよ。
もういいの。初めからなかった。
リン、イドリーの様子がおかしい。
Yeah, remember, Grandpa Goo gave her a ticket, which means she presumably did go to... So I think I was right. I think her contracting ether sickness happened at the same time she went to this facility. I think she went to the facility, knew Eridu fell, Hollow Zero expanded, she and her parents got trapped in the hollow, and that's where she contracted ether corruption.
傷つけたかったわけじゃ。
ダメだ。夢の世界。
Also, again, like, no, the truth is too hard. It's like, dude, you don't even know the fucking truth. She's alive. How do you explain that? You have a humongous gaping hole. The fact that she doesn't have ether corruption at the moment, and which is unexplained and not even touched upon. And yet you say, no, the truth is hard. It's like, we have to tell her the truth. You don't know the truth. You have fragmented memories, which you're trying to piece together. But I don't think I still don't. I think the Pompeii one was the last one. I think that, because remember, before this, you gotta remember, if her parents did abandon her, right? Because they were thinking it's the first one, right? Oh, Pompeii saved her, and that's when she got ether corruption. But like, wait a minute, wasn't she by herself after that? Wouldn't it make far more sense that her parents died and that Pompeii thing is the last one they saw? So yeah, that's... Oh, whatever.
待
Obviously, they're going to go explain it. We're probably going to go into the research facility, and then we're going to realize, oh shit.
待って。
We're going to realize, oh shit. That wasn't the first. That wasn't the first one. That was the last one. And then there's going to be some like. I think this Yeah, so I think her going. I think what we just saw just now. So I think them saying them giving up. I'm thinking it's them giving up their research topic, right? I think they've been researching something for a while and they're getting no results, and they realize their daughter is just becoming increasingly lonely and despondent, and they realize what, this is just not worth it. We have to, because like at no point did they ever mention any sort of sickness or illness. So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to just give up their research. Or maybe they actually work for the Exaltus, Maybe what they're trying to do is give up and leave the Exaltus because they realize, how it's kind of messing up their family dynamic. So maybe that's scene 1. We haven't seen scene 2 yet, which is where her getting corrupted in the hollow when she goes to visit. Then scene 3 is the previous one we had seen, where it's her mother trying to cure her from ether corruption. And then scene 4 is where she wakes up and is rescued from the outer ring hollow. Now, how she got there, who knows, right? But that's what I think the order is. And I think because they mixed it up, she thinks, oh, she got corrupted first. The outer ring hollow is where she got corrupted. Her parents tried to treat her, and then gave up and ran away, which I don't think is the case. It's like, why would you be so desperate to treat your daughter and then just give up and leave your daughter, like, to die, right? It seems weird. At the very least, you'd stay with your daughter till the very end. It's a little funny where it's like, yeah, we can dive into the dream. Okay. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Next phase wars, let's claim all this shit. Tier 8. Cool. Wait, what? Oh, I see. I didn't do the commission because this is the final story bit, so it must be talking to Minato. Must be the last little tidbit in this one. But yeah, I do think it was kind of stupid. Where we're just like, no, we have to tell the truth, dude. You don't even know the fucking truth. You saw 3 memories, 3 memories with nothing that directly ties any of them together, right? Because like one was in the outer fucking ring, right? She woke up in the outer ring. How the fuck do you get from Port Elpis to the outer ring? So there's a huge, like, it'd be one thing if like, oh, all these memories centered around Port Elpis and the research center. Okay, sure, right? Like they might be all related, but even then, you still wouldn't know the order in which they occurred in. Like if her ether corruption was so bad that she was about to die, right? Because remember, in that memory, so they were thinking, oh, it's the outer ring memory first, then it's the memory of her mother saying they can't treat her, and then there's the whole abandoning her, right? But that second memory was her mother saying, oh my god, she's going to die. She has 18 hours to live. And you're saying that memory happened before Yidhari was on the docks looking to give her mother a birthday present, completely fine? Like, looking completely normal, feeling completely normal? That memory happened after her mother gave her a death sentence of 18 hours? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, but yeah. Obviously, the point is, these people got the order wrong. They think they're correct, which is stupid, because they're obviously wrong.
リュシア、リリア。
リシア、
リュシア。
私たちが夢の世界を離れるさっき井戸ちゃんの荷物を整理してた。
待てよ。イドリさんが港に置き去りに。
もしかして見ての通り
頭がこんがらがっ。
こうなったら現実のだね。明日は
Yes, you're missing the fact that Yidhari is alive. So maybe maybe taking that second memory sequence of, I think I should have given Grandpa Goo, because, like, oh, it's only been 11 years, I guess. But if he's Grandpa Goo, if he was Grandpa Goo even back then, wouldn't he have lighter hair now?
緑って子の友達なんだけど。
ドリー、あの子、待て。ああ、かわいそうにな。ああ、忘れもせん。物心ついたばかりのドリーがしょげてお。
つまりイドツ。
いかにも。夢だがわしは良かれと思ってや。
取り返しがつかない。
Oh, what's that?
それってどういうこと？
Was it that I was 100% correct? And her getting ether corruption was because she visited her parents on her mother's birthday?
基地につき、わしはドリーを無事父を、そしてあの忌々しい05フォローが暴走を陸路がフォローに飲み込まれたことで、モーガンの指揮のもと、とにかくわしも自分のことで精一杯じゃった。しばらくして。
Wait, what? It swallowed the outer ring hollow. How the honestly, I do not get the geography of this world at all. Like so. Obviously, New Eridu is built right next to Eridu, because when we go to Scott's outpost, we can literally see Hollow Zero and the remains of Eridu inside it. So it was built right outside of it. And I always kind of thought, like, the dark research, I don't know. I know this is complete bullshit, right? But I just kind of assumed, when I imagined the Dark Water Research Facility, I just assumed it was on an island, right? And so it's like, how could the Outer Ring get to it? And also, like, I think, clearly, Eridu and New Eridu have to be built along the coast, right? Because Eridu was there, and Port Elpis also existed before New Eridu even existed. So clearly, it was on the coast. I always assumed Outer Ring, so if this is on the coast and the water's on the east, I always assumed Outer Ring was to the west, right? Directly west of Eridu, you know? So how would a hollow that's directly west somehow get any place that's all along the coast, right? Now, it could be that the research facility was just south of Eridu, south along the coast, and that the Outer Ring is considered southwest of Eridu as well, so it expanded from the southwest further west, or further east, and wrapped it up. But anyway, so that's why it's like, yeah, her popping out of the Outer Ring. So yeah, like, because we've never actually seen a map. We haven't actually seen what the world looks like and where all the locations are. Hell, we don't even know where the Wi-Fi Peninsula is, right? We've gone to the Wi-Fi Peninsula. There's the Lemurian Hollow. We have no clue where that is. Like, we don't know which direction we're going, other than we know it's along the coast, right? So if the Darkwater Research Facility is on the coast, and Wi-Fi Peninsula is also along the coast, that means one of them is on the north, one of them is to the north of Eridu, one of them is south. But like, yeah, so it is pretty confusing because they just don't ever explain where anything is. Like, we just know that Outer Ring is not in Eridu, and I assumed it was further inland. So I would find it weird that, unless maybe they consider, like, maybe the Outer Ring, maybe if Eridu is the center, like it's a circle, so maybe like a radius around Eridu is considered the inner ring, like the circle. Maybe the Outer Ring is just everything outside of that circle, right? So it's like a donut centered around Eridu, and so everything beyond the city limits of Eridu is considered the Outer Ring in the entire arc. So basically, from the northern coast in an arc sweeping around the circular Eridu domains to the southern coast. So, which would cover a huge area, and we would explain why it's called a ring. But again, it's never really been explained. Like, we go to the Outer Ring, but they don't describe its topography. We just know that's away from Eridu, but it could be that the second you leave Eridu or New Eridu, the second you leave the confines of the city, no matter which direction you go from that city, it's considered the Outer Ring, for all I know. I don't think they've ever properly explained it. But anyway, let's go back. Let's get back to me being totally right, and it's her going to the research facility, which was what got her corrupted in the first place.
けど俺らそもそもイドリーさんはてっきり病気でお手上げになったから。
病気05フォローが暴走した後の国水騎士については何よりドリーの両親はあの子を
頭がパンクしちゃう。
私たちは
Yeah, I tried to give them the correct order, but they're like, no, it's not that order. It has to be this first. Yeah, like the first one I did was... So of the three we had the Pompeii one, we had Yidhari's mother complaining about her sickness, and then their conversation on the boat. I tried to give them their conversation on the boat as the first event in the timeline. They rejected that, so I'm like, well, how about the second one then? Yidhari complaining about her sickness as the first one. Nope, they rejected that too, so I was forced to do Pompeii as the first event. It's like, no, I never thought that was the case ever.
私たちはイドリーの侵食症状を乗船前の発症だって考え、谷爺曰く乗船前のイドリーは元気そのものだったんでしょ。
じゃあつまりなん
諦めるって言ったのもイドちゃんのことじゃなかったんだろうね。お母さんとすれ違っちゃったイドちゃんは谷爺に連れられて国水
エーテルに侵食されちまったのはその後。
多分そうだと思う。
Yeah, so they were probably... So the Outer Ring Hollow probably swallowed this research facility. She got corrupted, or maybe because she was so young, she couldn't resist the corruption. Her parents tried to save her, died, and she popped out of... Well, their parents did save her. Obviously, she lived, and she doesn't have any ether corruption. So her parents tried to save her, was able to save it, but died in the process, and she popped out of the hollow to be rescued by Pompeii, which is basically what I said the entire time.
で何が起きたかはまだ情報が足りだね。それが最後の記憶。最後の記憶。
お前さんらが何？
安心して。私たちが絶対。
Yeah, I probably remember the time of when the Hollow Zero erupted and the chaos that ensued, and maybe even remembered her parents' death, trying to protect her. I see. So this is why... Because there were three things. There was machine beats humans, humans beat Hollow, Hollow ethereals, and ethereals beat... Okay. Let me pop out. This should be the story of the third section, I believe. I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to continue. I've already been walking too long. Dream. I want to bring up the menu. There we go. Okay, yeah, so that was right. That was the last quest. That was the story bit at the end. But yeah, there was three thingies. There was three sections where it was like, oh, interesting. I think that's unlocked. Not two. Oh, I see. Maybe 1, 3, and 5. All unlocked with each part of the story. Yeah, and this one was unlocked by beating 3. Okay. Interesting. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, the whole thing is the companions was like, here's this like rock, paper, scissors. Where it's like, yes, machine beats humans, humans beat ethereals, ethereals beat machines. But we hadn't played any humans. We fought against humans, obviously, when we were machines. But anyway, I am going to call it here. There we go. Oops. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, I do find it kind of annoying, as I said. Like, you literally, like, I brought it up when it happened, too. When they had the memory of Yidhari failing, or Yidhari's mother failing, Angel failing to cure her, or being worried about her. In that memory, she literally said she had 18 hours to live. She'd be an ethereal in 18 hours, right? You see that memory, and Yidhari's like, so they weren't successful. Dude, you are fucking speaking. You are the person who would be dead if they were unsuccessful. You know, like, why does no one get that? Why does no one question that memory? You know? Knowing that Yidhari lives. They were clearly talking about Yidhari. So why is no one mentioning, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I know it sounded pretty dangerous, it's pretty like lethal, but you are alive, so maybe don't, you know, so that was kind of weird. And then like it was never brought up again, and like because like the whole thing was like, oh yeah, her parents abandoned her on this boat. It's like, dude, we saw her interacting, and it seemed totally fine. Like if this happened after that second thing, that second one was like, hey, you have 18 hours to live. So you're saying that her parents abandoned her with 18 hours to live, and this girl who was going to form an ethereal core in 12 hours and turn into an ethereal in 18 was wandering around the docks totally fine? Like, there were so many signs that you had the orders wrong outside, even just with the clues you had, Especially because I'm pretty sure he had already said that, like, her first memories were, like, her being rescued in the Outer Ring, She was like, yeah, I was rescued in the Outer Ring, and then I went on to live my life, without my parents. It's like, yeah, so if you being rescued in the Outer Ring, why the fuck would you ever think that being rescued by Pompeii was the first memory? When it's like, no, like, from what we knew about her, I think she pretty much did say that, she was rescued in the Outer Ring and then, had to deal with all the shit that happened in Eridu. So it's like, yeah, lots of clues of how her reasoning was completely stupid. So it is weird that, like, no one brings it up. I do dislike it. I do dislike it when characters are written to be stupid. In this case, they aren't, like, smart. Like, these aren't detectives. These aren't adults. Minato has never really been known for his intelligence. Our character is young as well. Who knows how much formal education we've had. We aren't really detectives either. It's not really our line of work. You could argue that Lucia should have known something like this because she does write stories and stuff, but she's kind of more of like an observer, like more of an anthropologist. So she might, well, I mean, even anthropology would kind of need to do that, but I mean, she is kind of more like Jane Goodall and the Gorillas, except with ethereal. So it's like, it's not like Jane Goodall would necessarily be able to, like, come up with a good murder mystery or something like that. It's like, no. So it is kind of outside her field of expertise. Although it was weird that they were like, oh yeah, this is totally what happened. It's like, but I mean, that's the kind of thing. You get an idea in your head, you think it's right, and you just don't accept anything else. And you just don't even, like, yeah. You're just like, oh no, listen, this is what happened. I know. Because of this. It's like, well, first of all, even within your own theory, there's a lot of logical inconsistencies with it, but whatever. Like, you just ignore that at that point. You think, yep, this is right. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it now. I will be back on later today. I'm going to be doing more episodes of Dispatch. So I did episodes 1 through 3 yesterday. I'm going to do 4, 5, and 6 tonight. And so I'll be ready for episodes 7 and 8 on Wednesday when they release. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.